Welcome back to another reaction for Ascendance of a Bookworm Season 4 Episode 1. Now again, with all the other continuations, this is going to probably have a bunch of flashbacks, explanations, how we got to this point. Okay.
彼女はかつて本が大好きな女子大生元栖浦野だった。ある日倒れてきた本棚の下敷きになり、目を覚ましたらこの世界の兵士の娘マインになっていた。本があれば生きていける。本がないこの世界でマインは周囲を巻き込んで本作りを始める。丸子持ちの見食いだったマインはその後丸子寮を買われて神殿の見込み習いとなり。
As I was saying, a lot of explanation. It makes sense. I don't remember when the last season was, probably more than 2 years ago. And the 2 seasons before that, there's a long time between those and this one.
そこでも本作りに奮闘していたが、下町の仲間や家族に危険が及ぶことを恐れたマインは家族との別れを決断する。危険が及ぶことを下町の仲間や決断する。ローゼマイン、ローゼマイン。
はい。
呼ばれたらすぐ返事をしないと怪しまれるぞ。君はマインから名を改め貴族の娘ローゼマインとなった。
This is going to be interesting. Now, I know what is going to happen. I have read the light novel. I'm not going to be surprised about anything that is in the season.
夏の洗礼式まで上級貴族
Right, Casted's daughter.
カルステッドの娘として教育を受ける。その後アウブの養女となり。
I mean, that was always the plan, if I remember correctly. The plan was always to be his daughter, because the alternative was to be someone else's. Someone else nobles, and Ferdinand trust Casted. Stuff like that.
印刷業の拡大に尽力してもらう。
はい。よろしくお願いいたします、カルステッド様。
そうではないローゼマイン。
お父様。
ローゼマイン、洗礼式に失敗したり君の出自が公になれば何が起きるか理解できるであろう。
はい。みんなを守るために私頑張るよ。
Trailer, okay. Opening bad? I mean, not opening bad, but YouTube no like. I mean, we can take a quick look. Adopted daughter of an Archduke. We have a little picture book, which you would love. We have a little bit of a Rosamine. Okay. I do wonder where we are going to finish. Stuff is happening. There we go. All the characters. Okay. Cornelius. Yep. The daughter of Rosemary, the third one.
ローゼマリーの娘を、しかも神殿育ちの。
ええ、私の娘
Elvira?
として引き取り、 洗礼式を行います。心配いらないわ。フェルディナンド様が教育していらっしゃったそうだから。常識外れの面があるそうだけれど、神殿育ちでは仕方ないものね。
母上はフェルディナンド様となるとこれだ。
コルネリウス、その子の護衛騎士はあなたにお願いしますね。
待ってください。私は領主一族の側近になるつもりはありません。
これ
A lot of green hair going on here.
はもう決まったことなのです。
勝手に決めないでほしいよ。
I mean, you're a noble, so you don't really have much choice, do you?
お帰りなさいませ。
So weird that he has to carry her.
カルステッド様、それからようこそいらっしゃいました、フェルディナンド様。
エルヴィーラ、こちらがこれから世話をかけるローゼマインだ。
お初にお目にかかります。ローゼマインと申します。水の女神フリュートレーヌの清らかな流れに導かれし出会いに祝福を祈ることをお許しください。
許します。
水の女神フリュートレーヌよ、新たな出会いに祝福を。
歓迎します、ローゼマイン。これから私があなたの母です。
一応及第点はもらえたみたい。
I don't know. Did we see this before? I'm not really sure, but yes, this is how you normally greet. You do a little blessing, and then you have the little ball flying around and be like, "Ooh."
ローゼマイン、三男のコルネ
But this is normally between nobles.
リウスだ。
コルネリウスだ。
Also, third son.
リウスだ。
こうして貴族街での生活が始まった。けれどおまるも嫌だったけど、黒いネバネバも嫌。
Black slime, huh? So instead of having a toilet, you have that, okay?
艶が消えてる。
Oh, yeah. Right. Because they don't use the hair shampoo.
消えてる。
I feel like he's so mad. He's so mad behind his smile. He's happy and mad.
ルッツにも会いたかったのにな。
リンシャンを取り寄せてから本当に艶が出て綺麗になったわ。これを下級貴族が独占していたなんて。
石鹸に比べると高いので下級貴族にはなかなか売れないと聞きました。上級貴族向きの商品かもしれませんね。漁師の奥様におすすめしたら喜んでくださるでしょうか。
ええ、きっと。
ベンノさん、仕事が増えたよ。よかったね。
Essentially, first off, it feels like a little bit faster. If I remember correctly, this took a bit more in the story. It makes sense. She gets here, she gets accustomed a little bit, she gets based, she doesn't have her shine anymore, she calls for Benno. Benno naturally sees that as an opportunity because connections with the nobility. However, it is also a little bit negative because nobility can be hit or miss. You have to always be careful. You should not forget, nobility in this world, they have all the power. They could just, if they wanted, they can kill commoners. It's not really... people don't like it. I mean, nobility is a Duke and whatever, they would not like that, but you could do that. Because you can just put some crime on them. Who's going to believe a commoner instead of the noble?
お待たせいたしました。今日は一体どのような味かしら。
専属
I also don't know, did we... It's so long ago. Did we ever clear up who is going with Rosamine? Because she's clearly here as a cook. We also have other attendants, and the question is which of these are coming with her and which are not.
料理人として同行した
Because again, you have to be careful with nobility, so you can only bring people that are not going to slight any nobility.
エラのクッキーは好評だ。近いうちに
Okay.
厨房への立ち入りも許可してもらえるだろう。
So this is because I read the novel. This is not how this should be. Because Ella is Rosamine's personal chef. And she is cooking for Rosamine. So that means Rosamine provided the cookies. And normally, what should be done, I don't know if this was in here, but I would assume because she's a noble, she knows how to behave. Normally, if you provide food or drink, you are supposed to take it first. You are supposed, if you provide tea, or some of your attendants provide tea, you are supposed to drink first, and then the guests drink. It's just common courtesy in nobility world. The same with food. The cookies, she's supposed to eat it first. It is normally a pretty important thing. Again, I don't know if that was here, but I would assume Elvira would be like, you need to eat first.
あの香りがしてとても美味しいですね。
It may also be because they are family. Again, I do not remember. But those are normally the rules.
このクッキーはフェルディナンド様も好んでいらっしゃいます。
フェルディナンド様か。そう。ではもう一ついただこうかしら。
お母様にとってフェルディナンド情報は最も食いつきが良い。
カルステッド様とフェルディナンド様がいらっしゃったわ。
I would be a little bit conflicted by having her as my wife and she always raving about Lord Ferdinand.
完全にアイドルのディナーショーに来てるファンの顔だね。
順調か？
貴族の名前を覚えるのが大変です、新館長。
神殿以外では名前で呼ぶよう言ったはずだ。
はい、フェルディナンド様。
少しは手加減してやる。
I mean, that is how they got to know each other. Ferdinand is just very pragmatic. He doesn't like wasting time.
フェルディナンド。
覚えなければ後で困る。そうだな。ではやる気が。
I mean, Rosamine has something in common with Frieren, that they both like their books. And they probably would do anything to get
が
them.
出る褒美をつけよう。洗礼式に出席する貴族の名前をすべて覚え、洗礼式と就任式を無事に終えた暁には、神殿図書室の鍵の管理を任せよう。
それってもしかして。
その通りだ。私の許可なく図書室へ入れるし、貴重本を読むことができる。
やります。死んでも覚えます。
鍵の管理はもともと神殿長の職務ではないか。
相変わらずフェルディナンド様は人を使うのがお上手ですわね。
あれが扱いやすいだけだ。
Is she though? Are you sure? I feel like she's a lot, but easy to handle. I don't know. Because she is. It is hard to know what Rosemine is going to do. That is why Ferdinand had so many problems.
常に笑顔で優雅さを忘れずに胸を張って。
毎日頑張っているようだね。やっていけそうかい？
はい。私、失敗するわけにはいかないのです。
この目は嫌いではないな。
コルネリウス様の妹として恥ずかしくないように頑張ります。
兄様と呼ぶ方が良い。
はい。コルネリウス兄様。
たまには息抜きも必要だ。何がしたい？ローゼマイン。
I mean, what else do we expect?
本が読みたいです。
I mean, essentially you are reading, right? You're reading names. Is that not enough?
ローゼマインはそんなに本が好きなのかい？
はい、大好きです。この家に図書室があったなんて、私、この家の子になれて本当に良かったです。
家の中でさえこのありさまだ。とても外には出せぬ。
そなたがローゼマインの護衛騎士にならねばならない理由が分かった。
I feel like this is a rite of passage for any guard knight or attendant of Rosemine. It's like, yeah, let's do something normal people do. And she's sick. She's gone.
よくわかりました。
洗礼式を明日に控えた夏の半ば、上の兄様2人が帰ってきた。
本当にあの時の見込み習いだ。まさか妹だとは思わなかったな。
A Lamprecht, yeah. He looks, I mean, he seems to come more after his father.
ランプレヒト兄上、ローゼマインが倒れます。
このくらいで倒れるわけないだろう。
You would be surprised.
お初にお目にかかるのではないのでしょうか。
トロンベ討伐の際に同行していたのだ。私たちは騎士だからな。ランプレヒトだ。エックハルトだ。フェルディナンド様の護衛騎士をしている。フェルディナンド様が庇護するとおっしゃった見込み習いだから、私も君を妹として大事にする。よろしく、ローゼマイン。
よろしくお願いします。
Now, all things considered, we get introduced to a bunch of people. Because I read the light novel, I am familiar with these names. But from an outside perspective, we already got introduced to like 5 characters in the first 10 minutes. With all kinds of miscellaneous extra stuff going on. So I feel like this is going to be very dense. At least the beginning.
僕の洗礼式は神官を家に呼んで行う。
今日の洗礼式を執り行うのはフェルディナンド様だそうだな。ならば今日は女性陣が大騒ぎするかもしれぬ。貴族街に来る時と違って今日は儀式用の衣装だから。
神官長はお母様だけでなく貴族女性のアイドルらしい。
Which is interesting that people or women like him so much.
エッカハルト兄様はフェルディナンド様をよくご存知なんですね。
ああ、年が近いからフェルディナンド様が神殿に入るまでは一緒に騎士団にいたのだ。
学生の頃のフェルディナンド様は。
What do you expect? Do you expect he was different? He was more of a jock? maybe more sporty, more open, more extroverted, nice, kind. What do you expect?
どんな感じだったのですか？
何をやらせても完璧だから、妬んだりひがんだりするより憧れというか崇拝対象だったよ。ローゼマイン、フェルディナンド様を大事にして
Normally it should be the other way around.
くれ。私はあの方の味方が一人でも増えてほしいのだ。
Fair enough.
わかりました。
洗礼式おめでとう、ローゼマイン。よく似合っているな。
ありがとう存じます。
おめでとうローゼマイン。今日の祝いにこれを。
I mean, there are no attendants here, which is interesting. Again, I don't know if that is because it's family, which I assume is the only reason why. Because normally an attendant would take the present, right?
あら、素敵ですこと。
これを作ったの。
Just taking a closer look, you can see that this was crocheted or whatever they call it. These are little indents. Very nice. Looks very good.
トゥーリと母さんだ。ここは父さん。
ローゼマイン？
ローゼマイン、落ち着きなさい。
無理です。
カルステッド、全員部屋から出せ。私が許可するまで誰も入ってくるな。ほっ。
I mean, this is his old habit, always with a finger on his head. I mean, she's not doing good. But I feel like I mean, before we get to the scene continuation, I am not sure about some of the animation, because her crying looks, it is weird to say. I feel like it looks good, but it's different. It looks so different to normal. Which, the question is the normal way I perceive crying in anime more or less a wrong perception or a wrong way that I should see it? But because I saw it so much, I see it as normal. Meanwhile, this one, which I feel like looks more realistic, feels a little bit weird because this is not how it is normally showcased.
ローゼマイン、落ち着きなさい。
無理です。
Again, I don't know.
カルステッド、全員部屋から出せ。私が許可するまで誰も入ってくるな。ほっ。まったく君は。タオルから顔を離さないように。衣装を汚したら私は帰るからな。 まさか洗礼式当日の朝にこのようなことになるとは。
洗礼式当日の朝に大好きな家族が作ったかんざしを持ってくるなんて狙ってやったとしか思えないですよ。
喜ばせようと思ったが逆効果だったようだ。髪飾りはもう二度と送らないことにする。
待ってください。喜びました。すごく嬉しいです。これからも送ってください。
またこのような状況になるのはごめん被る。
新館長の意地悪。
めんどくさい。本当にめんどくさいな。
What do you mean? I thought she's easy to handle. You said it yourself. Easy to handle. Barely an inconvenience.
君は
すごく嬉しいのは本当なんです。でもすごく寂しくなるから今度から数日前にお願いします。
分かった。考慮するからいい加減に泣き止みなさい。
はい。
Man, she looks so good for her big day.
どうしよう、顔が。
仕方ないな君は。ルングシュメールの癒しを。
よかった。目元は綺麗になってますね。いいですか、ローゼマイン。初対面というのはとても大事です。今日のように大勢の前に出るときに目元を晴らして泣くなど淑女失格です。常に一番美しい自分を見せられるよう心得なさい。
はい、お母様。
I mean, it feels like she is adapting pretty well. I probably would, it would take some time for me to call someone else my mother and father. So she's doing pretty well. I mean, apart from the little hiccup, but that is more or less Ferdinand's fault.
これでライゼガング系貴
What do we have here? We have Homeboy. Ooh, I see. I see the old lady. Brothers. I'm assuming important character here is the young guy, but I don't really know.
族が勢いを取り戻せるかどうかですな。
Hardenmut. Okay, there you go. So he is important.
バカバカしい。
これより
We see all the little artifacts. I don't really remember. Are they all from the church? I mean, they look like that, right? I mean, the shield we saw and the rail, but I don't really remember if these are from the church.
これよりエーレンフェストの新しき子が入場する。
Rosina's here, okay. Again, you need to have attendants that would not behave wrongly.
Oh, こんな中を歩くの？私は自分の命と家族の命を守るために家族と離れる決心をした。私は領主の養女にならなければならない。印刷業を広めなければならない。ここで失敗するわけにはいかないのだ。
I'm surprised she even made it that far. Because this was quite the stretch. And she's not doing well physically. I mean, we saw her collapse with the guy? The brother? One of the brothers. I don't remember which one. Too many names.
ローゼマイン、本日君は7歳となった。
血板？
手を出しなさい。
あ、これ魔術具だ。これ魔術具だ。うわ、7色になったよ。
やはりな。おめでやはりな。
It is so weird for... I mean, animation looks good. I am still hung up on the crying scene. And I feel like it is so hard for me to differentiate good animation from normal one nowadays. Because this is the difference sometimes, especially in scenes that don't really have a lot of movement or action. It is very hard to see the difference if it's not too obvious. I mean, beginning after the end, you can clearly see the difference. The same with Freerun, you can see the difference quite a bit because they all have like action scenes which make it very apparent. Meanwhile, scenes like this one, it is all about the little movements. The same here as he was putting it away.
やはりな。
They probably could have done less animation if they wanted.
おめでとう。
Again, it's hard. It's hard for me.
ローゼマイン。
Personally, I also don't really care too much about how good the animation is. At some point, there is diminishing return.
これで君は正式にカルステッドの娘として認められた。エーレンフェストに新しい子供が誕生したのである。
我が娘として神と皆に認められたローゼマインに指輪を贈る。
I mean, it was only a sound cue, but the ring does match with the finger. It shrinks, or I don't know if they expand, but it definitely shrinks.
ローゼマインに火の神ライデンシャフトの祝福を。
恐れ入ります。私の洗礼式をお祝いくださった神官長とお集まりくださった皆様にも火の神ライデンシャフトの祝福を賜りますようお祈り申し上げます。
皆様。
これだけの光をあの小さい体で一体どれだけの魔力を持っているのだ。
もしかして私失敗した？これ何か企んでいる時の笑顔だ。
Right. Totally forgot, yeah. Yeah, whenever, as a rule of thumb, whenever Rosemine is trying to bless someone, it's probably not gonna turn out how she expected.
ではこれより私とローゼマインの養子縁組を行う。ローゼマインを神殿で隠し育てたのは魔力の多さゆえいらぬいさかいから守るためだ。知っての通り神殿は身寄りのない子供たちの養護を担っている。己の出自を知らぬローゼマインは自分より厳しい境遇の子供たちを哀れに思い、慈悲の心を持って彼らに仕事と食事を与えた。その姿はまさしく聖女。その清らかさはどれほど私の胸を打ったことか。
Sure, Sylvester. Sure.
聖女計画か。
ローゼマインが他領の貴族に襲われた時、私は彼女を守るため養女とすることを決めた。そしてローゼマインが子供たちに与えた印刷業をエーレンフェストの新しい産業として広げていきたいと思っている。
ここにアウブエーレンフェストとローゼマインの養子縁組が成立した。
I believe that was also a contract, but different to before. Because as a commoner, you had to do these blood seals, but as nobility, you can use these quills that more or less do the same by you more or less infusing the contract with your mana. It becomes binding, similar to the one she did in the commoner district with the blood seal, which she was always, we saw beforehand she doesn't like being hurt.
ここにアウブエーレンフェストとローゼマインの養子縁組が成立した。
それから私は挨拶に明け暮れた。
先ほどの祝福見事であった。さすがエーレンフェストの聖女。
いろいろと大変なことも多いでしょうけれど、仲良くしましょうね。
第一夫人。
What is this haircut?
第一夫人のフロレン。
Oh, she has behind her hair. Okay. Behind her head. What does she have? Like a knot? Yeah, okay. A bun. Okay. I was wondering. It looked like she only, as if she had a helmet as hair, but no.
多いでしょうけれ
It is behind her hair. Head.
ど、仲良くしましょうね。
第一夫人のフロレンツィア様。
お兄様と呼んでいいぞ。
二人の子供で春に洗礼式を済ませたビルフリート様。
久方ぶりにお目にかかります、ローゼマイン様。
よろしくお願い
Samuel, our
い
guy.
たします。
新しく護衛騎士になったブリギッテ。
ローゼマイン、ここにいてもつまらないから遊びに行くぞ。
そんなことしたら図書室の鍵が。
早くしろ、ローゼマイン。
Yeah, she still needs to greet people.
息が。
That doesn't look good.
2回目の洗礼式も私はリタイアして終わった。
I mean, normally you fall unconscious. This looks different. Where's all the blood coming from? Why are we continuing here? Could we explain the blood? Hello? Ending, okay. No. Okay, the good old mine days that are long gone. Good old Benno. I'm wondering if there's maybe some... Okay, next episode. Lost City family reunion. Okay. So yeah, it was clear that we are going to have some flashbacks, explanation, where we are coming from, where we are going. It feels a little bit rushed. We went over the initial introduction period quite quickly. This also, naturally, the novels are somewhat slower because we have a lot of monologue from Rosemine herself about what changes, what is happening, which not necessarily important. There are some little infos that are being not really omitted because as an anime you can show a lot of stuff instead of having to explain them. Like the whole blessing thing. As example, his blessing, whenever he put out his blessing, that's a lot of blessing going on in contrast to the one she did at the beginning, which was just one ball. Again, Ferdinand has summoned a bunch of them, which is a bigger blessing. She naturally turned around and had like a massive blessing. But also the ring that it forms to your finger. I don't really remember if we had that, if we got that information in the last season. I assume we did, or the season before, through... I don't remember her name, but the pink-haired girl that is also has also the devouring, and she gets rings as part of her deal. We also see the gods in the background here as a statue, as far as I know. But not sure. We also see a bunch of characters that are going to be important. I mean, we got introduced to three brothers. We got introduced to more or less the Carstairs family, to the new, or one of the new knights she has at her side, Brigitte. We got introduced to Sylvester's family. There's a lot of introduction. Again, it makes sense that we may want to get situated rather quickly. I cannot really talk about how overwhelming this could be because I know who these characters are, the names and whatnot. So I can't really chime in, but I feel like it's a little bit much. Again, we got introduced to the three brothers. We got introduced to the wife of Carstead, the wife of Sylvester, the son of Sylvester, a bunch of other people. Maybe a little much. I don't know. Can't really say much about that. And naturally, there's Brigitte, Rosemine's Guard Knight. I don't know. Does Samuel have some kind of title? Guard Knight. So there's no differentiation, I guess. And naturally, whatever this is. I still don't know. We also saw her fangirling over Ferdinand. Which still, I would be very conflicted. Yeah, so it is hard for me to gauge how good this episode is going to come across people that don't know much, people that just watch the anime. I liked the episode because I did not have to learn all these new names. Not that I'm going to remember any of them, but other than that, I mean, animation is good. I don't need more. I don't need extra stuff. I feel like I shouldn't just not talk about animation in general anymore, unless it is bad. I mean, her blessing looked good. We also got a little bit, I did like the little detail. So whenever she got her knife, whenever she got, oh, this was before, never mind. Here we go. So, you know what? Never mind. Not gonna talk about that. No need to.